Hi everyone, it's Rax. Grinding Your Games just posted an update for POE1 that I'm going to go over with you very quickly. And in my last video, I asked you guys what guides you would like to see. And I read all the comments. You guys said you wanted a progression guide after the campaign. You guys said you wanted a recombinator guide. I think I saw in the patch notes right before the league went live, Grinding Your Games nerfed recombinating. They nerfed the odds of getting like the really amazing rolls. So I might still do the recombinating guide, but I actually haven't even used it yet because they nerfed it. And there were some other mechanics you guys wanted explained, so I am going to make those videos for you. Another thing that I was able to do is from the start of the league, I was already in T16 maps in 13 hours. So that's nowhere near as good as like an actual professional Path of Exile 1 speedrunner. But 13 hours is by far the fastest that I've ever done it. So I'll cover that as well. If you want to progress quickly to the end game and try to fight the super Giga Chad bosses, we'll cover that. But this video is about the news from Grinding Your Games. So anyway, essentially what it says is starting with the elephant in the room is the European servers and the console servers were pretty horrendous on the launch. The European servers didn't work because they had massive DDoS attacks. It ruined the launch for many players, and they consider this unacceptable. Taking it very seriously. They're not sure when it's going to be fixed because of the nature of the attacks, but they're doing everything that they can to mitigate this. It's really too bad that this keeps happening. It's not just against Grinding Your Games. A lot of these ARPG launches face these DDoS attacks. I guess it's just the nature of the world. People like to bring each other down, but it is what it is. The console wasn't working, and their final build, it worked internally, but they didn't notice that it was busted until they launched it. So they had to make a completely new build. They had to test it, certify it, and it took quite a while to fix. It's up and running now, but in the future, they're implementing measures to prevent it from happening again. So hopefully they can catch the issues ahead of time. Another thing about the actual league, which if I make a video about the state of it, this would definitely be like the leading problem once you can actually log in and play, is that the mercenaries, in general, I actually think the mercenaries are very, very well done. The way that they have built them in terms of how you interact with them, the choices that you have with them about exiling them or hiring them or taking their items, about how you can only take one item, about how they have different skills and different interactions, and it actually helps your character in different ways. I think the whole concept of mercenaries and the way that it was designed is actually very strong, and probably the strongest version of a mercenary that I've seen in any ARPG. The main problem here is balance. And most of the hardcore streamers that I've watched, they just essentially gave up on even opening up the mercenary because the odds that the mercenary will one-shot you, and I'm talking one-shot you in terms of like 5,000 plus life, very heavy physical damage mitigation, capped resistance, or in some cases even over the cap of resistances, and then just still one-shot you. And Grinding Your Games agrees with this because they say here that they deal overwhelming amounts of damage to the players, often instantly killing you. You can see a lot of hardcore clips of people just getting insta-gibbed right away. So they have a patch coming out for that. They're going to fix that. And once the balancing is a little bit better here, at least with the damage that they do to us, I actually have a very favorable opinion of how mercenaries work. So anyway, that's essentially the nature of the update that we're getting from them for now. I also like one more comment here. They made King's March go core. And if you don't know what that is, that's where you build up a town and then you use all these workers to like help you get different materials or different items or whatever it is that you want them to do for you. The fact that you don't have to build the town anymore and you essentially just put the workers in and just automatically works, I think is a breath of fresh air. Wasn't really using King's March for the first 1 or 2 days, but now I'm using it, just sending out just baby shipments all the time. And it's actually paying off. So very, very little work for a pretty decent reward. So that was another good change on their part as well. So overall, I give credit to Grinding Gear Games for trying to fix these issues quickly. As usual, Grinding Gear Games, at least with POE1, and I guess also with POE2 as well, is definitely getting at the heart of the problem. These are definitely the biggest issues that we faced in the first few days. So I'm glad to see them attack them head on and say that they'll be resolved quickly. So the next video that I'll make, I might make it for tomorrow morning, is going to be a simplified progression guide. It's not going to be 1 hour long. It's going to be much shorter than that. I'm going to explain to you how, when you're done with the campaign, the steps that I took to chew through the end game to get to T16, to get my 4 void stones, and maybe probably a little bit beyond that as well, in case you're getting to that point at this stage in your character. If you want me to as well, I'll also talk about my Volcanic Fissure character and my Righteous Fire character. I have 2 characters in T16 maps already, and explain to you how I went through solving some issues. Like, my Volcanic Fissure guy always had the damage, but I couldn't survive. So I made some changes, and then all of a sudden now I haven't died in the last like 10 hours of gameplay. So if you want to know stuff like that, let me know and I can cover that as well. I hope you guys have a great day, and a lot more info is coming on PoE and the other ARPGs. Thank you.